Let's get right into the grand finals. Again, $3,000 and 3 beautiful rings by Herf Jones on the line here. Hunted, take us away.
Game number 1, Pears in the blue, Garen, Nitrous, and Views up against Suppington. The team through the winner's bracket, Luke, Mektos, and ZPS in the orange. And we have started the grand final. 5 games to decide at least decide the first of these 2 potential brackets. But if Suppington able to defeat Pears here, they will be crowned the champions. As first goal, not yet decided, though Nitrous takes a quick shot, far post, and he scores. Pears on the board first.
And Pears striking very early on, and that's exactly what they want right there. Luke tries to take out Nitrous, and had he gotten that demo, this still would be playing right now. But unfortunately, Nitrous, living up to his name, he's a bit too fast here, and he was going to put that one away.
And he was using all of the boost in the tank. As he's got the first goal of the series, of the grand finals. As EPS going to return fire, though, make it 1-1, not even a minute old. Just a nice play there from ZPS out of the corner, able to knock that one home. And just picking up where they left off is Suppington, I think. You know, a little bit of a slow start here, but quick plays, that is the key to the game right now. If you are Suppington, in my opinion, you've got to play with speed, and you've got to beat the Pears to these challenges. I think that's the only way, really, you get around the individual skill and the playmaking ability of all of the players, but necessarily Garen as well. As this is going to be ZPS trying to find some kind of space, and with 3:40 left to go, it's still 1-1.
Yeah, and trying to kind of create that space has been something that we've seen Garen and Views pull off pretty well with each other. They set each other up pretty nicely. And so Views in particular in that last series just went insane. That one's going to go right across the front of the net, and Mektos can't put it away. And we still have a little over half the game left here in game 1. But right now, both sides still struggling to try and take that lead.
Mektos nearly had an insane angle. I think it just went off the corner between the post and the crossbar, bounced out as Garen's going to get taken out. There's Mektos to follow it. He'll find his first of the series. Great play from Luke to set things up, taking out Garen out of that play, and it'll be a 2-1 game.
Well, and that smoke screen right there is part of what messed up Views a bit, is just the demolition smoke screen. You don't always realize how effective that is until you have moments like that, where Views literally just had no chance to even see if the ball was bouncing up or if it was low enough for them to just drive straight through it. It was kind of just, get close and hope you can do something. But that one almost finds its way through. Luke can't quite get to it in time as that one goes out and we play on.
But the play was there from Luke. It was a smart play, and he's going to find this one as well. Mektos, I don't understand.
Getting it stolen.
I'm so glad this isn't a rival series match or something like that. Luke would have been golden striker material, but his teammates continually steal every goal from him. I at this point, I'd be kind of upset if I was Luke. I mean, it happens once, okay, but that's like the 5th goal we've seen him set up, as that's going to be another pass. Luke is on fire. I'm telling you, Mektos has a hat trick. Luke, he's got 4 assists in this game.
You don't see anybody get that many assists. You don't see that.
He almost actually got pumped into that. That would have been hilarious if he would have saved it. But, I mean, still, Luke is just, he has 100% been the offense for this team. And that is very weird to say when you've got a team of Mektos, ZPS, and Luke, and it's Luke that has been 100% of the offense for something. Yeah. Look at him. He's got, like I said, he's got 4 assists. He's been in every single goal, and it has felt like that in every series we've watched him play tonight.
Yeah, and it was interesting because he had like a slow start in his very first game, but then every single game after that we've watched with him, he's just been a monster for this team. His goal participation is at least averaging into the 80s with how he's been playing tonight. I mean, and that's pretty insanely high. But Luke, now he's just toying with these guys as he drives this one straight out and away.
Yep, the flip reset just over the head of the defenders. And
Suppington just off to an incredible game one. They are ready to shut this thing down, claim their prize money, claim their rings. Like, they are ready to just go home.
It's been a long night. They're tired of playing Rocket League. As much as they enjoy it, I'm sure they just want to end for the night. And, you know, I honestly, I can't blame them because they are playing unbelievably well right now. And, I mean, we talked about Pears and the growing they've done just in this tournament and how different they look compared to the first time we watched them play against Suppington, but it doesn't seem to matter right now. They are getting blown out of the water here in game one. And granted, this is a best of 5, so, you know, more time. But if this is how the series is going to be, it could very well be a quick 3-game set.
Yeah, it definitely could if things keep going at this pace. And you just got to look at it. Pears, they've had time now. It's game one. They seem to have kind of slowed things down here for the time being. I say that, and they're probably about to score. But I'm looking at game 2 if I'm on the Pears right now. I'm looking towards that and what we can do to slow down this insane Suppington offense. And in reality, it's the question of how do we stop Luke? What do you have to do to start shutting this guy down? Because he has just been dominant for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like if Luke doesn't touch the ball, Suppington doesn't score. I mean, again, they've scored 5 goals. Luke has 1 of them and 4 assists in this game. And it's been that way for Suppington throughout the night, not just here, but in general. As now we're going to move into game number 2, and I think that is the biggest thing. Honestly, Pears didn't play that too poorly, and they had opportunities. They found an early goal, which, you know, gave them a bit of momentum, but since then, it was oppressive offense from Suppington, and Luke is the centerfold of that.
Yeah, and I mean, they're coming out with a total of 14 shots compared to 7. Suppington outshot Pears 2-1. Like, that is just, it's tough when that's what you're facing off against, but you are. And I mean, Pears also forced to save 2-1 compared to Suppington. You can see clearly who is on the offense and who is on the defense. And if you're Pears, you've got to change that. And I think a lot of it does start with you shutting down Luke in some way. 4 assists is unreal. You don't see that, like, almost ever.
Well, I mean, 3 of them were stolen goals, it felt like. But, no, and you're right. I mean, I think we could talk this point to death, but at this point, it's going to be up to Pears to try to shut down the offense in any way that they can. And that can also come in the form of them generating a little bit more offense, too. It didn't seem like they were on the offensive side of the ball too often. We'll see if they can make some changes here to try to force the orange side to play a little bit more defensive. And, you know, that can always work to your advantage as well, right? I mean, if you don't give them a chance to play offense, they're not really going to score as much. But the only problem with that, too, Ryan, is how quickly Suppington is able to transition, like this play right here. I don't know if it'll turn into anything, but it's so fast that they're able to get onto your half that you're scrambling even though you've had possession for a good 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that is where the trouble begins if you're on the Pears. Or really any team facing off against the Suppington offense. But oh my gosh, we're seeing demos coming out left and right from Nitrous taking out 2 Suppington players, but it doesn't result in too much for them.
Well, not quite. So they will get it back to the orange half. Up to make the touch. There's Nitrous. Pass down to Views. It's behind him, though. Luke unable to find the touch, however. And Mektos He'll come in support to at least get it back to midfield, but only as far as Garen. Good cut around Luke, but CPS able to clean that one up, and he'll get a follow-up touch as well, and the challenge onto Views, though he gets taken out for his trouble. That time Nitrous wiping him off the map for the next couple of seconds is now Mektos doing what he can. Here's Luke. That'll be Views, now down to Nitrous. Solid touch from CPS. Garen up in the air, not going to be able to make the touch. Mektos got to be careful he doesn't rotate too far forward. This could be dangerous. He'll make the play, though, and Luke will clear. So we are just about at that 2-minute mark. No score here in game number 2, and fairly even, though Pears 3 shots on board, Suppington with none.
Yeah, and that's uncharacteristic of Suppington. Typically, by this point, we've already seen at least 3 or 4 shots from them, and to have none, that is a big difference, especially when you consider they just had 14 shots in that last matchup, and fantastic save from CPS right there. As Nitrous takes the shot, they keep playing through, and it is looking much more beneficial here for the Pears right now.
And if Suppington scores the first goal, remember that save from CPS. That was huge. Didn't look like he had too much time to get back to it, and he was able to just keep it out. But still, they have not been able to transition into the offensive side of the ball, though. Mektos doing what he can now. Great pass down. That's a double commit. This could be dangerous. Mektos down to CPS, and they score. Mektos, the wherewithal to get the ball back in front, and it's 1-0.
What a play. The quick drop back. ZPS rotates back in, and Views just tries not to put a tire on that one and get the own goal. But now they are up 1-0, and already Suppington trying to take the lead right now. If they take this game, it is going to be very difficult if you are a part of Pears.
Well, there's a strike back from Views, whether intentional or not. Nitrous with the miss there really threw off the defense from Suppington, and Views, he'll just slot that one home. It'll tie things up. 2:12 left to go. Game number 2. This is Garen up for it. It'll bounce down for Luke. He gets blocked away by Views. Now Nitrous, ooh, that's a pinch play all the way back down. It'll bounce out in front, but right into the awaiting Garen, and he'll play it onward. Now Nitrous midfield to Garen. Luke with a solid cut of the pass there. Able to keep that one away. That's now Views underneath CPS. What a shot from Views. 2 for him in this game, and it's a 2-1 scoreline for Pears.
Yeah, and Pears trying to get that upper hand here as they keep going deeper and deeper into this game. 1:44. And this is the type of stuff they need right now. But it feels like Garen is very quiet this game. I really haven't seen a whole lot from Garen. But, I mean, to be honest, we haven't seen a whole lot from this Pears team in general. They just don't seem quite as aggressive as what we were seeing against LSU and Bing Bong.
I think part of that, too, is the speed of Suppington. It's very difficult to stay aggressive when you're getting beat to a lot of these challenges. As Luke right now trying to get around Views. ZPS 1-on-1 with Nitrous, looking for the fake. It'll play down to Mektos, but Garen just able to get there in time to block that one away. Luke wants to keep it in, but Views has other ideas. Back down into the orange corner we go. Views nursing those 2 goals. Look for his hat trick here in this game as he'll take that shot towards. It'll bounce way up high. The double commit going to give Garen some space. Luke will cut that one down, though, and now back into the zone, gets bumped away by Nitrous. Views will pop it up. Mektos there for the play, but it looks like it's just going to give this one away. Trying to find something out in front. No problems for Garen, and we play 2-1, 40 seconds left.
And Pears trying to hang on tight and take this one, make it a best of 3 effectively. But Suppington, they are not going to go down without a fight. They're going to try and keep pushing in this one. And I tell you, if they somehow pull this off and force us into overtime, I see Pears losing.
Well, we'll see if Pears allows that to happen. They've only got 5 seconds left to defend. Good pass from Luke, but Views in the way there, and now he'll try to kill this game, and he will. We're tied at 1 heading into game 3. A solid game 2 victory, especially after how dominant game 1 was from Suppington, and Views with the 2 goals. That's all they really needed, but you look at the shot totals, and Suppington managed to find only the 1 shot to, what is that, 9 of Pears in that game.
Yeah, which that is what shocked me the second we saw this, was only 1 shot out of Suppington that entire game. That is insane how much they dropped from last series, or from last game. They had a massive 14 shots there in game 1, and to drop down only 1, whatever you had going in game 1, please go find it again, because it worked. And this did not for you. So you've got to go find that magic something you had in game 1, because your offense was impeccable. You didn't give Pears any room to breathe, and you just didn't bring it here into game 2. So looking towards Suppington, they've got to figure that out, because if they don't find a consistency in that type of play style, they are going to be bracket reset, and we will be going into a final best of 5 after this one.
Well, I mean, I certainly think it's far too early to call any kind of series at this point.
I'm calling it, man. I'm going all in.
Well, hey, I mean, more power to you, but, you know, heading into game 3, we're tied up at 1, and, you know, again, just to continue to beat a dead horse, I think Luke was pretty quiet in that last game. He didn't really get a lot of opportunities to create plays, and it's no wonder why Suppington unable to really generate a whole lot of offensive opportunities. As again, I thoroughly believe that Luke is the catalyst of the offense here for this orange side, and when he is able to make the plays, they score a lot of goals. When he's unable to get the touches he wants, and the bumps, demos, space opening maneuvers, whatever he's able to do, you know, it can be a difficult time. As we'll see if they can change things up there. That's a good pass over to Mektos. Does he have the double touch? No, but ZPS is there. What a save from Nitrous. Falls down onto it. Mektos actually just leaves this one back. He runs into Luke. This could be dangerous. As ZPS going to clear. Now Garen look for the double touch, but Luke will find the back wall play, and ZPS sends it all the way back down. So minute gone, no score, but close calls on either side.
Yeah, both these teams, it feels even faster this game, but ZPS drives that one home as it bounces off the ground and into the net, and Luke with the setup. And we keep harping on this guy, but it is just a pure and straight fact of life at this point. If Luke is participating and he is stepping up to the plate in this game, Pears don't stand a chance, because Suppington will put on goals.
Well, I don't want to take credit away from ZPS either. That was a quality shot. Send that underneath the defender too. He's able to find the first of the game for his team. As now Nitrous looks for a response. Mektos out there to challenge him. ZPS solid win. He's got a one-on-one with Views. Luke waiting across the way. This will come off the ceiling. Luke is up for it. Touch just wide. And Garen will see it clear, though. Mektos going to cut him off. The pass over to Luke. Going to be well out of his way. Nitrous will find it. And CPS off the back wall. Mektos trying to find a deflecting touch, but Views beats him there. And now we're back to this game of one-on-one as ZPS just barely makes that save and help Luke out in front of the own goal there. But 2 minutes gone by, 1-0 still in favor of Suppington. And this game has really turned into the battles of the challenges as Views takes a sharp angle shot. That'll be saved by Luke. And back to midfield we go.
Yeah, and they are just holding down the fort right now. We're starting to see a lot more midfield aggression happen from Suppington right now, and that's always a good look to have, because it just means that you're continuously adding that offensive pressure into your opponent. They're finally going to get beaten out right there in the mid, but once you have that midfield foothold, you open up a whole world of possibilities for your offense, and that in itself is where you start seeing Luke thrive for the Suppington team.
That's a great touch from Views. ZPS will make the save. We've talked plenty about Luke, but Fuse has been quite the playmaker himself, as that one's going to be Garen to score, but it's Fuse to start the play with that initial challenge. Won't end up getting an assist for it, but we're tied up because of the play from Fuse. 1-1, 2:05 to go. And Pears, they're making this an interesting series. Again, the bracket reset is on the side of Suppington in this best of 5. But, the Pears not going away. They want their shot here at this $3,000 as Fuse going to knock that one down, but Mektos, they're able to make the save.
Well, that's the thing, is when you're playing against a team like Suppington, when those challenges arise, you have got to step up to the plate. You have to answer to that. And you've got to be ready to put as much pressure into it as you can, because when teams like Suppington come out into the offense, if you're not getting those rotations down, if you're not getting the plays down as you need to, they're just going to walk all over you. But you are right. Fuse is starting to kind of help make a lot of these plays happen. Great bump plays from him, but Luke, again, the guy keeps living up to all the hype that we keep putting on him. He just keeps living up to it, play after play after play.
I was wondering how that one gets by the defender, but it's just an extra touch from Luke. He rotates his car in the perfect manner to not just get it by the defense, but also not miss it high. That was an insane play from Luke and a great shot there. That'll give Suppington a 2-1 lead here with 1:09 left.
And you just cannot stop this guy. He's got 100% goal participation, and he's had that in numerous games now. And if he doesn't have 100% goal participation, he's pretty much sitting like at least 75%. Like, this guy is in every single play pretty much.
Now they've got to try to close out this game, do Suppington. They've got a 1-goal lead, 45 seconds left, 2 whiffs, but nobody able to find the touch either for Pears, as Luke, the flip reset again. He's done it again, and that will give Suppington a 3-1 lead.
What are you doing to him, Luke? These guys had families. 39 seconds left, and Suppington are starting to run away with this one. 39 seconds to pick up 2 goals. That's going to be a really difficult deal for the Pears.
Well, they need one here. Garen's going to miss it just high. He's got the follow-up, though. It's not hard enough to beat Mektos. He'll be able to clear it on. 25 seconds. All that remains in game number 3. So that's going to be ZPS around the back wall. Garen. Now Luke. He'll bomb this down to ZPS, looking for even more. That'll be out in front. No follow-up, though. Now Garen trying to turn on the Jets back the other way. He'll pop it up. Luke doesn't make the touch. Garen scores. And like that, Pears back in it. They've got 6 seconds to find one more.
Yeah, and we are this is that dangerous territory that you never want to be in if you're on a team. You have the lead. You don't want to give them this glimmer of hope, because oftentimes they'll find a way to make it work.
Well, here's the opportunity. Luke's going to take it away, but the ball's still up in the air. Nitrous looking for Garen. ZPS will clear it onward. He's still there, and that's a good touch from ZPS. That will end the game. Suppington 2-1 now heading into game number 4, and if they can take one of the next 2, we will crown our champion here. And again, every offensive play has been funneling straight through Luke. Pears have done a good job of mitigating that, I think. Especially obviously in game 2, and even here they've been limiting the opportunities that Suppington has had, but even in these close games, Suppington is finding a way to score.
Yeah, and that's going to be the biggest problem here for Pears, is when you're putting on these solid defensive plays and you're still getting scored on. But at the same time, we have shots like this one on your screen right now coming in off that initial touch from Fuse, and you get the entire team in on it, and Pears are going to start putting those away. So if you're on Suppington, like, you're at match point. You are extremely close to closing out this whole thing, but when you've got a player like Luke on your team, man, like, this is just, it's unreal. I mean, this touch right here in particular, how he managed to get the additional touch necessary. And he got it at the last second, too. That was the craziest thing about it. I mean, this guy's unreal. But we are going into game number 3. Will we see more shenanigans like that from Luke? Or are Pears going to step up to the plate and force a game 5 and potentially a bracket reset?
And here we go. Game number 4 underway. If by the end of the game, the orange side has more goals, crown a champion. If not, we go to a game number 5. This is going to be Luke trying to go by Garen. Won't really be able to do it. Nitrous now. Back the other way, though. Mektos is going to take care of that midfield challenge. Garen. Into ZPS. Views, solid touch. Takes that one away from Mektos. Now he'll have to turn on the mid wall. This is going to catch out Nitrous, but he still makes the play. Luke was there. Nitrous just getting a piece of it, though. ZPS now looking for a touch, and Garen will make the first save of the game. Mektos with an opportunity, and Nitrous has to cut across to make that play, keeping us 0-0. Pears living through quite a flurry of opportunities for Suppington here in the first minute. We stay scoreless as Mektos and company trying to close out this series in 4 games.
That they are, and if they manage to pull that off, they will be incredibly happy. But Nitrous is going to try and make things a little more difficult. Quick play right there, just barely beating out that final defender. 3:49 left, but again, Suppington, they've got that momentum behind them because they know that even if they lose this game and they lose the next one, they still have a whole nother best of 5.
Oh,
they don't
pass.
want to go there, but they still have that opportunity.
Certainly, I don't think any team wants to use the bracket reset if they can help it. But you're right, it is there as Luke is trying to make a play. It'll be left for Mektos, but that one's just a bit wide. And Suppington, they have had their opportunities in this game to find a goal. Just haven't been able to knock it home quite yet as Mektos, he's going to play that straight down to ZPS, fires. Nitrous the save. Luke going to rotate forward, trying to play it away from views. Mektos will come in support. Solid positioning from Nitrous, able to keep it in the corner. He should have some room to try to find a clear. He's by Luke there. Gets follow-up touch right onto Karen as well. And that will be the clear that Pears looking for. What a pass down to Luke. Can he score this one? No, Nitrous the save. ZPS will try to score, but Garen again on the rebound patrol there, able to clear that one away. And as we approach halftime, 1-0. Still in favor of Pears, but again, opportunity after opportunity for Suppington.
And the thing is, though, is we've seen these situations where that 1-goal lead, it's holding strong, and in those last seconds, it just gets taken away. We've seen it happen several times this evening. So if you're on Pears right now, you're still looking to add on to that. You're still looking to build out that lead and make a better foundation for you.
Oh,
but
wow.
ZPS, he's going to come in and he's going to get the equalizer with authority on this one. Pass downfield from Mektos, and he's going to just shut that one down without question.
And that's rough for Nitrous, too. I mean, he has had a stellar game in the defensive department. He's got 4 saves to his name, and I mean, Garen's got 5 as well. They've all played very well defensively, but he just couldn't get there for that one, unfortunately. And that will tie the game. Now, Pears, they've got to score at least one more goal to force a game 5. Suppington wanting to end the series here as Luke looking for some opportunity. That'll be Nitrous. He's got to get it away. It'll be down towards Garen, who will help him out. But still, Mektos taking a quick shot. There's Nitrous on his 6th save of the game now. As Garen off the ceiling, down to Nitrous. Solid touch from Mektos. Now Views gonna get cut off there by ZPS. This is out of the corner, looks for the shot. Garen, he'll make the save. 12 total saves for Pears right now in this game. 6 for Garen, 6 for Nitrous.
Yeah, and I mean, with the amount of aggression we're seeing from Suppington, like, that's all you can do. I mean, the fact that Pears even have a goal with the amount of aggression we're seeing is pretty impressive.
Well, they need one more here, Ryan. They cannot let this one. The next goal could very easily decide this championship if it's orange. And Luke, he wants to find it out of the corner, looking for Mektos there. Nitrous, he'll play it down. ZPS towards the corner. It's Garen to make the save. As he'll play this one towards ZPS. Won't get there in time, and that'll be Pears in the lead with 35 to go, 2-1.
And that one just got away from him. Garen throws it straight over the top of ZPS. ZPS trying to get back in position in time, just not going to be enough. But 35 seconds left, and that lead is all that the Pears have been looking for right now. And they might add on to it. Mektos is there.
That he is. And this has been a desperation defensive game for the Pears. 2-1, 12 seconds left to go. Hughes trying to play it out. ZPS, they'll end up finding a touch, but it bounces back towards Mektos. He's by Nitrous. Look for the pass up to ZPS. Not going to be able to find it. The ball in the corner. That'll touch the ground, and we head to a game number 5 here of this first bracket, as Pears look to reset that bracket, send us into our second best of 5. But again, I mean, like I said, this was a desperation defensive game from the Pears. 13 total saves. Garen had 7. Nitrous had 6. And it's not often you see numbers like that if you're not on the defensive side for a majority of the game.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a testament to just how rock solid their defense was. For them to still pick up 2 goals while playing that much defense, really good job from them. I mean, you look over at Suppington, a total of 15 shots. Like, that is so unreal and so difficult to try and make those stops, but they pull it off in pretty spectacular fashion. But going to this next one, it is going to be really tough. And we see a lot of these plays coming through right there on your screen. You can see that last one that ended up being the game winner, Garen just throwing it over the top of ZPS at the perfect moment. They try to challenge him in the mid, and that quick throw down is going to be what gives them a game 5.
And it most certainly will, and unfortunately some server issues. We will get those solved for you. We'll get game number 5 underway in just a minute. But, you know, that said, this coming down to the wire here in this best of 5 first bracket, of course. If Pears are able to take this one, we'll go ahead and play a second best of 5. But with the way that Suppington has been playing, it seems like, you know, we're going back and forth. I mean, game 1, Suppington, you know, ton of offense. Game 2, they got shut down a little bit. They found the answer in game 3. They weren't quite able to crack the defense in game 4. Do they find that answer again? Honestly, I think the first minute tells the whole story. If Suppington's able to score in those early going, then it could very well be that the Pears are not going to be able to fight back.
Yeah, and that's going to be the key thing, is how does this game begin? Because that is going to be our pretty clear indicator on how it's going to end. But if we do go into a bracket reset, you're playing a different game then. Pears, I think, would probably take that one just because of the pure simple fact of it's weird because when you win a bracket reset, it feels as if you almost get more momentum than you do by just winning a simple game. So if you're on Suppington right now, you're ending it here. You are not letting this go to the bracket reset.
Wow.
Mektos is going to get the opening goal, and like I said, you're shutting this down, and they're trying to do just that right out the gate.
What a play from ZPS. Unbelievable. Beautiful pass right off the jump, off the kickoff, 7 seconds in. And Suppington will take the lead. That has got to be one of the best passes we've seen all night tonight, as Luke's going to have to make a save. ZPS will get the rebound. One more from Fuse. That's wide. Garen, the follow, can't find it. Now Nitrous looking, and he'll score. And just like that, we're tied back up at 1.
And that is a fantastic play. They're trying to make the most of the situation right there, but Nitrous comes through to secure it. He comes in and takes charge of the play, and he's going to be the one to close it out. Fantastic play right there as Pears pick up their first goal of the game to keep it close.
With a quick shot right off the kickoff. Garen with the response. Will be Garen able to play it out. It looks like a 3-on-1 developing if they're quick. He'll throw it up. Nitrous, the slow bouncer, but Mektos able to make the save. Now Views looking for Garen across the way. Right into Mektos. Just a bit high. As this is going to be Mektos again. He's got CPS across. Looking for it. He'll find the challenge on to Views. Keep the ball in the zone. Couldn't quite find the pass for the shot. It's the first minute gone. Tied up at 1. Luke. Great pass. Oh, off the bar. Nitrous gets a piece. He'll keep it a 1-1 game with 3:50 to go.
Mektos right there is going to halt them right in the midfield with that quick stop. And again, that midfield defense activating something. Oh, and what a save coming through from Nitrous. Garen trying to avoid the possible demolition. And there's, oh, just wide. These guys keep developing shot after shot after shot, and they are not able to secure those goals, though. And you got to have your nerves wearing on you, though. Like, this is such a crucial game for both sides.
I mean, this is game 5. This is it. Potentially for Pears, if they aren't able to pull this one out, their tournament lives are done. As not the greatest touch for Mektos. Views up for it. Mektos will get back there. Now Garen taking a quick shot. Double touch and he scores. Garen top shelf. It's 2-1 for Pears.
And this is going to be a great start here for the Pears as they try to enhance that lead and effectively take this game. Garen, he's going to be one of those guys. He's got to step up here if he wants to secure that extra set of goals that they're going to need. But 2:58, a 1-goal lead. This thing is long from over.
Certainly can't count out Suppington quite yet. They need to score one as Luke might have an opportunity, but it's right into Nitrous. ZPS back wall. Luke will pop it up. Mektos not going to be able to find a shot off of that play. He will fall down right towards Garen, and he will clear. Halftime, game 5, 2-1. Still in favor of Pears, trying to break this bracket, send us to an additional best of 5. This will fall down. Luke, solid play. Oh, he tries to fake Garen with that one. It'll be Mektos over the top, and he can't put it home. Now Luke again, just trying to find some space. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left to go on the clock. Great dunk from Mektos.
Where's the finish?
And Luke will score it 2-2 with 2 to go.
And he's going to come in and, like, this one was going in off that touch from Mektos. But, I like to think of this as Luke getting some much-needed, karma as he picks up a goal from his teammate there. They are going to get the equalizer right here at the 2-minute mark. And this game is still anybody's.
What a dunk from Mektos. As CPS going to get taken out. Views, quick shot. Mektos the save. Views back down to Garen. There's Luke on the save. CPS trying to get the ball out. It'll be Mektos now to try. Views will find the challenge. Garen towards the net. Hustling back. CPS just gets there in time. And now Luke just desperately trying to get the ball out of the zone. This is over the head of Views. Right on to Luke. Will play it into the blue box. No problem for Garen to play on. Now Mektos. Now Views. Here's Luke. He's next in line for this one. Not the greatest touch. It's going to force Mektos to help him out. 70 seconds left on the clock. Suppington tying things up not too long ago. Well, this game coming down to the wire. Championship on the line as Views right into Luke to make the save. And we continue to play 2-2 in this final minute.
What an incredible save right there from ZPS. That is godlike. 43 seconds left here. And this is just insanely close. Both these teams fighting as hard as they can. Possible chance to save it. He does. And we still hold 2-2.
Well, Luke might have a chance, but Nitrous gets back there. Fuse helping out as well. Now out to Mektos. That's on goal, but Fuse with the save. He'll keep it a 2-2 game still. Luke looking for some pressure. ZPS is there. He'll throw it towards Garen with the touch. Now Mektos, 12 seconds left. It'll find its way back to midfield as Garen now wants to make a play. That'll be off the back wall, but Luke gets in the way. 3 seconds left. ZPS over the head of Fuse. That will touch the pitch. And we go to overtime here in game number 5. If this next goal is orange, as Luke looks for it, that'll be just high. If the next goal is orange, we will award the championship to Suppington. If it's not, if the next goal is blue,
we play on.
We play 5 more potentially, as this is going to be Fuse. He's got a one-on-one with Luke. Over the head! Oh, nearly able to reset the bracket was Fuse, but he hits the bar. And now Mektos coming back the other way. Karen out in front. Nitrous nearly puts it home. Luke can't get it on goal, and it's over the head. Now ZPS will try. Karen will reject him. And a close call and a scramble out in front. Still, it's dangerous, but Karen, he will play it out of harm's way, and we continue to play in OT game 5.
And the outright panic that you are seeing in some of these plays as they know what this means. Just incredible stuff. Very close situations. I mean, I'm sitting here about to have a heart attack watching some of these plays develop.
Well, this could be Karen. Oh, CPS just avoids the demo. Nitrous still looking for it. That's a play out. Demo from Luke. Diffuse out in front. Karen will get demoed as well. And now Luke with a little bit of time. Not the greatest touch, though. It'll be kept in. A little bit of an overcommitment there, though, from Pears. As now Luke, he'll just try to touch this into the blue zone. ZPS, he'll keep it in at the midfield line. This will play back down. Views over the head. Luke is there. The demo by Mektos, but Garen already up for it. He'll play it into the corner. ZPS rotates forward. Nitrous with the touch, and that one just sailing a bit wide of the orange goal, though Views trying to put on some pressure. Luke up in the air. Can he get the double? It's actually over the head of Nitrous. This could be dangerous. Garen not really going to be able to make the challenge. Mektos shoots. It's Views who makes the save. CPS, the follow is high. Luke with a touch off the post. Rebound. Nitrous.
Oh my gosh. How is this not going in?
And it is. Chose on the follow. Will win it for Suppington. 3-2 final score. Game 5 going to Suppington, and they are your champions here tonight. Unbelievable finish.
Unbelievable. This is as close as you could possibly get without us going into that bracket reset. I was on the edge of my seat about to have a heart attack watching half of these plays develop. I don't know about you, but it was just so insane to watch some of these plays develop. And the thing is, too, is you could see the clear panic in their play of just, they knew that there was a mistake in their rotation, and then they were just doing everything they could to get rid of the ball.
I mean, it was, but that's how it felt all night tonight, or I mean, at least in this series, it felt so back and forth that everybody knew there was a microscope on every single mistake, especially in Game 5. And with how close it was, how many crossbars we saw, how many bounces that just went a bit wide, how many challenges that didn't turn into goals. I mean, just the fact that we found ourselves in overtime, and that's what it took. It took a flurry in front of the blue net to finally find the goal. And I'll say it every single time we see a match like this. Garbage goals win games. Yep. And that is exactly what just happened for Suppington. It wasn't pretty, but it counts just the same.
Yeah, it counts just the same. And not only that, it may not look like a pretty goal, but it's a $3,000 goal right there. When you really think about it, that is what they just got right here. And you're taking a look. This is that equalizer that forced the overtime as Luke secured it right there. 2 minutes left. And, I mean, this series could not have been any better. This was one of those genuine classic matchups where, it's an ending that you can still be very satisfied with watching it. Again, not a pretty goal that ends it, but it is a goal all the same. But congratulations to Suppington. You guys are our champions here for the Defender Cup. And we're going to take one final look here at the standings. There you have it. Suppington at the top. They did not drop a single series here tonight. Pears going to take that second place finish. And LSU, they're in third place. And then honorable mentions out to Bing Bong and Cardboard Box, who came close. They're in the fourth and fifth place spots. I mean, Hunted, this night was incredible with all the different types of Rocket League that we were able to see. We saw many different styles of team plays, but we also just saw the wherewithal for some of these teams.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I really believed that it would come down to which team clicked more as a unit. And really, honestly, kind of barring the final, I think that was true for the most part. I still think that the final was too close to call. I really feel like just the luck of the draw on half of these bounces could have changed the way that final went. So, I mean, outside of game one, of course, game one was kind of a blowout for Suppington. But other than that, every other game after that was a very, very close game. But, you know, again, I still think that it was the team that was able to generate the dynamic team play that was able to win most series we watched tonight. And you know, it kind of held true throughout the night, so I'm happy to see that. No,
and I mean, that I'm with you. That was like the key thing that we kept talking about was those team plays coming out. And in this grand final alone, we saw numerous team plays, but we also saw the crucial aspects of having some of those strong solo plays as well. Having that nice balance of strong players who can take the ball on their own, along with players that just jive well together to be able to pull off these amazing team plays. I mean, we saw some of the most amazing passes, especially that pass between ZPS and Mektos off the backboard, the immediate drop down. You get so many great aspects of what Rocket League can be and what it is through these types of tournaments. And so, I mean, again, congratulations to Suppington. They pulled it off. And then also congratulations to LSU and Pears for their second and third place finishes as well. Quick shout out. We want to give a huge thank you to our director of broadcast. That is Tone. Art and direction plus graphics provided by Nick. Our spectator operations were John Page. Our head TO, Eric Hicks, lead developer, Jeremy Packer, and our social media, Luengo. Hunted here as my co-host for all of our shenanigans and all that good stuff here tonight. I'm your host, Ryan. This has been the Defender Cup, presented to you by U.S. Army and UGC, alongside RL6 Mans and CCA. We thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you guys next time. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening / morning, depending on wherever the heck you are, and be sure to go wash your hands. We'll see you next time.